So, yeah, so I just wanted to, I just went ahead and took it upon myself to do a little bit of a competitor analysis and just kind of see where you are, in the maps and where your website is ranking. And so we're just going to talk about three things today. Basically content, citations, and backlinks, and I'll let you know about each one of them. So basically, first rule of thumb, excuse me, Google likes to see about 1,500 words on a homepage. And I know with you being, I think this is a franchise because I'm able to see that there's a lot of locations when I search in the Google Maps. I'm seeing Fairfax, and Vienna. There's another Vienna. You're in Great Falls. But what I'm a little confused about, and I'm not sure if this is affecting you at all, it says it says Great Falls, but then on the map, it's got you listed in Herndon. So that's kind of not really sure about that. And again, that's something that we could talk about. But, basically, you want to have about 1,500 words on your homepage. And because you're a franchise, I did go into Google. So let me just show you something really quick. When I look at window treatments, Northern Virginia, this is just a broad statement. I'm not putting in Fairfax or Great Falls. I just wanted to see if I could at least find you on the Northern Virginia page. And then I wanted to see who I'm going to compare you to. And I took this Bloomin' Blinds. But if I go in the maps, I did see the Got You Covered Fairfax. I am seeing that one. And then here's the Bloomin' Blinds that I'm going to compare you to. But I'm going to compare the Google Maps and the organic website is two different things. So you see, I'm finding Got You Covered Arlington, Vienna. I'm finding that one, but I'm not finding you. And I don't find you until I'm very specific and I put in Great Falls. But just an overview real quick, these are the map pack, this is where you want to be. And then underneath here, these are websites that are ranking organically. So I just compared you to Bloomin' Blinds. And if we go over there, I can see that, this is their Northern Virginia page. I'm not sure if they are a franchise too, but I would have to say I think they are. But I just am looking at their website. So again, going back to the website, I just don't know what you're able to do as far as the content on your website, whether or not that has to be approved through the franchise, or if we could go in and, put more content on there and make sure that you have more keywords, more buyer intent keywords, that when people are actually searching for blinds or shades in Greater Falls, that we have more of those words, or Northern Virginia, blinds in Northern Virginia. I mean, there's so many keywords that are being searched. So that is just something we would have to talk about. So the second thing I want to talk to you about is citations. So one thing that helps rank in the maps is to have a lot of citations. And basically what a citation is, it's an online mentions. It's like directories of your business name, address, phone number. It's pretty much like a digital phone book. It's listings that Google checks to make sure, one, that you're a legitimate business, and two, that there's consistency. So you want to have as many listings as possible, and even your social media like Facebook and LinkedIn, Instagram. I mean, all of those are citations as well. Yelp's another citation, Better Business Bureau, Chamber. Like, again, just think of the yellow pages. That's what it is. So that will also help rank in the maps here. So I have a tool. It's called Local, Bright Local. And so I just went in and I put your location, Got You Covered, Great Falls. I just want to see how many citations you have. And it's very low. So you don't have very many. You only have 11, and two of them have NAP errors. And I'm wondering if at some point you lived in Herndon and maybe you moved to Great Falls. Again, we'd have to talk about that. Um, because here it's got a Herndon address, but on your on your website it's got the location that is Great Falls. So again, that's something we need to discuss, because if it's not consistent, then we really need to find out, where is your exact location, and we would have to go get you a bunch of citations, and that would help with the rankings. So if we just come back to the maps, like I said, I'm not finding you in the Northern Virginia at all, but I am finding Fairfax and Vienna. Now, the funny thing, now, if I put Great Falls, if I specifically put window treatment Great Falls, then you come up here. But again, you still have a Herndon address. And so, just looking at the three of you guys, Fairfax, Arlington, and yours, I'm just seeing that you guys all have, a good amount of reviews. You only have 12. So, we could do better in that area. Um, and when I just look at it itself, I can see that you only have about 16 photos. That's pretty low. You don't have any Q&As going on. Your description, I would have to go through here. We want to make sure this is really optimized with keywords, and I would have to, optimize that. But the thing that I do see is, you do have someone that is posting. It looks a couple times a month, so that's helping. But I like to post at least 3 times a week, especially when we first start. And I'm only seeing a Facebook and a YouTube. I don't know if you have like Pinterest or Instagram or any of that stuff, but these are all things that can help, help your visibility for sure. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then the next thing we're going to do is I took your URL and I have a tool called Ahrefs. So I just wanted to see how you're ranking, like if you have any organic traffic, if you have backlinks, if you have organic words. And again, I know this is the Fairfax location, so I just wanted to compare you to them, because I kind of just wanted to see, and they really don't have many keywords at all. And then when I go to yours, now you only have 2. So I don't know if the same company is managing your account in the Fairfax, why they would have 6 and you would only have 2. I don't know that. That's another thing we can talk about. But when I go to the Bloom and Blinds, you can see they have a little bit more, not huge, but they do have more. So this would be pretty easy to beat them. If you really just had your website optimized with the proper keywords, and you had someone managing your Google business, and it was consistent, I really think it would be fairly easy to, rank here in the maps, and then have your website down here ranking. So, this is Fairfax again. Let me just look at their website. Yeah, you see, it's exactly like yours. That's what I thought. I thought they're all going to be identical. So, yeah. All right. Well, I just wanted to check that out. But anyway, I hope this was kind of helpful, Linda. And let's go ahead and set up a call that we can maybe talk further when you're ready. Or I'll probably run into you again. Now, I won't be at the Nova Home Services next week because I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in Dallas for a week for a business seminar. It's an actual networking event that I'm going to be at all week. But I'm going to send this email over to you, and let's try to set something up for the week after next. And we could just talk more, and I can answer some questions and see if there's any way that, I could help you get more visibility. All right. You have a great day. We'll talk soon.